And thank you very much for being with us in this evening at the launch of what is going to be a very special tournament. I'll start off by introducing the members of the head table. We have Mr. Chandana De Silva, the country manager for Emirates in Sri Lanka. We have Mrs. Upeka Nell, the tournament director of the ICC World T20 Cricket Cup being hosted in Sri Lanka in a couple of weeks' time. Mr. Kushal Gunasekara, the founder and chief trustee of the Foundation of Goodness. Mr. Upali Dharmadasa, the chairman of Sri Lankan Cricket. Mr. Muttiah Muralitharan, chief trustee of the Foundation of Goodness. Who has contributed immensely to the success of this tournament and this concept. The Murali Cup was first launched a year ago as a means to raise funds for the Northern Empowerment and Learning Centre, a concept and a project spearheaded by the Foundation of Goodness. But this year, it's a very special tournament. We've renamed it the Murali Harmony Cup. And the background to this is very interesting. We had Mahela Jayawardena with the Mahela Foundation visiting the north, specifically Urdu Sudan, to work with children who had a passion for sports, underprivileged children who had no equipment, who had no proper access or facilities to play cricket. When Mahela went there and he started working with these children, he came back with a very moving story. He spoke of the passion that these children had for the sport. He spoke of the talent that these children had. They spoke of how animated and vibrant they were after 30 years of conflict. And how sad it was that these children still did not have proper access to sport, especially to cricket, because that is the focus of Mahela's foundation. When he had this conversation with myself, with Mr. Kushal Gunasekara, with Murali, and with Charlie Austin, we subsequently launched Sangha's Bikes for Life campaign. The Bikes for Life campaign, launched in conjunction with the Foundation of Goodness, of which I'm very fortunate to be a trustee, was aimed at delivering bicycles to school children who had a very difficult time in getting to school. A bicycle in the north and the east makes a huge difference, not just as a plaything, but as a life tool. It enables the father to go to work, the child to go to school, and of course the mother to go to the market, do her shopping, or even if she is working, to go to wherever she was working. And this has been well received all over the world and has been very successful. Kushal, Charlie, myself, and Ms. Archie Fellows, one of our volunteers who helps us very much in everything that we do regarding this foundation, were in Kilinochchi and Mankulam delivering some of these bicycles that we've managed to get from donors. And while driving in the car, we had a conversation about the Murali Cup and what we were seeing. We saw children proud in shining white school clothes, boys and girls who were so enthusiastic about going to school. Some would walk over 7 kilometers a day to get there. We related it and to what Mahela had told us a few months back about sport. And when we were talking about the Murali Cup, we were thinking, why don't we move this tournament to the north? Every year, why do we need to have it in the south? Let's take this tournament and the southern schools to the north, and let's play a tournament here where it is most needed to try and make cricket in Sri Lanka a lot more inclusive. To give schools that have everything a chance to understand how they can help and become a partner in the progress of children in the north. This was the setting of the stage for the Murali Harmony Cup. We were very lucky, because it was immediately after this, that the ICC was looking to try and impact greater and more inclusive social development in Sri Lanka as a pre-runner to the ICC World T20 Championships. There was a meeting with John Long in Dubai during the Pakistan tour, and we managed to convince him to join hands with the Foundation of Goodness and everyone involved in funding and sponsoring this wonderful tournament. So now we had everything in place. We had the concept, we had funding, and now we needed venues, and now we needed participation. In comes the Sri Lankan Army. They've been amazing and wonderful at what they're doing right now. They are the life force behind every social service initiative in the north and the east. And every time we went and spoke to them, we were welcomed. Everything they did and said was positive. And what they have done to get this project off the ground, you have to see to believe. This year, through the combined efforts of everyone involved, we will be playing a 20-team tournament across 5 venues. We will be playing cricket in Kilinochchi, we will be playing cricket in Mankulam, we will be playing cricket in Jaffna, in Vaunia and Uddusudan. We are mirroring the World T20 in the fact that we will have 12 boys teams and 8 girls teams. Starting on the 8th and finishing with a final at our flagship ground, Uddusudan, on the 12th. Why we call Uddusudan our flagship ground is very simple. Tony Matharu, one of the owners of the Grange range of hotels in London, through his charity, the Indian Ocean Disaster Relief Fund, has very generously come forward to fund, build, complete and hand over the Indian Ocean Disaster Relief Oval Uddusudan Vidyalam on the 12th. So Uddusudan Vidyalam will have a complete cricket ground from which, when the tournament ends, they can have all their children playing, having fun and developing their cricketing skills. Apart from this, at the other 4 venues that we are playing at, we will also be developing and finishing cricket grounds. And this will be made possible with the continuing partnership of the ICC, the MCC, the Sri Lankan Army, and private donors, and of course the Foundation of Goodness. What we are trying to achieve through this tournament is very simple. We are trying to leave a legacy where children have better facilities, children are more aware of the importance of harmony, where children have a proper childhood, they have fun, they learn how to be children. We want to use sport to heal many of the wounds, to eradicate some of the misunderstandings that we've had over the years. And finally, because Mahela, Murali and I, we're all cricketers, we would like at least one child from these areas to be able to represent Sri Lanka on the international stage. And who knows, within those 5 days, 8th to the 12th, if you are available and you are there to witness these games, you might see a little child running across those grounds, bowling a ball, fielding a ball, hitting a ball, who might very well one day will be the hero of 20 million people in Sri Lanka. So I would like to take this moment to thank all the sponsors and all the people who have been involved so far. I would like to thank Major General Mahinda Hatrusingha from Jaffna, Major General Uday Pereira from Kilinochchi, Major General Leonard Mary from Mullaitivu, Major General Jamoda Pereira from Vaunia, and the incoming Major General Boniface Pereira again from Vaunia. I would like to thank Emirates, MAS, Deccan Aviation, Lumala Bicycles, Access Water, Sareen Sports, Stanford Sports, and the Cricket Shop. And also very especially to Sri Lanka Cricket and the chairman who is here today. Thank you for not just supporting us with materials, but also allowing us the use of SLC accredited coaches who have been running coaching clinics for the children of the schools in the north and the east to enhance their cricketing skills so they will be well prepared to face the challenge of the other schools that will be competing against them in this particular tournament. So that is a small but also quite an in-depth presentation or introduction to you of the Murali Cup. But to give you the real nitty-gritties, I would like to invite Mr. Kushal Gunasekara, the founder and chief trustee of the Foundation of Goodness.
A warm welcome to all of you from the media, distinguished members of the head table. I'm very pleased to be here on behalf of the Foundation of Goodness. It is actually a fruitful partnership that we have entered into with the Foundation of Goodness and all the rest, like the ICC, Emirates, Red Dot Tours, Grange Hotels, Access, Lumala, and all other sponsors that have come on board with us. Foundation of Goodness, based on the success we've had in the South, decided to work in the North uninterrupted in the last 20 months, since January 2011. And in that journey, we have helped now 7,000 beneficiaries. One of which was, of course, the Bikes for Life campaign. We were able to donate 2,500 bicycles, sent 3,500 students to schools, thanks to Murali. Murali, like Kumar, bartered his unique bowling in England, and the monies that he made on that was given exclusively for charity. And Mahela, on the other hand, went with us and donated 40 cricket bags and 10 mattings to schools. One of the suggestions that came along during our work in the North was, like Kumar said, we were able to try and establish the Murali Cup in the North. And we wanted to actually play all these matches across 5 venues in the Northern District. But nothing of this would have come to pass, firstly, if not for the ICC granting us a donation of approximately 10 million rupees. And then we had this Grange Hotels, thanks to Kumar, coming along to develop Odusudan ground. But certainly without the help of Army, in 40 days to upgrade this grounds has been really a miracle. What they've done is truly extraordinary. We've been able to build not only a decent standard of playing cricket, but also put up a scoreboard, a side screen, dugouts, spectator stands, media boxes, and everything of the kind that is required for a tournament of this nature. So it's been really wonderful, and we cannot even think of staging a tournament of this background in the North without the help of the Army. Mind you, we have 20 teams, 300 players participating, and the food, accommodation, and transport alone is a nightmare. I know what it is to host a World Cup, and although we are not selling tickets, the logistics that are involved is phenomenal, and especially in an area where they are trying to rebuild their lives. Nothing multiplies like kindness, and when we started this tournament, there are so many who actually have come along to help us in different ways. For example, all of the 7 teams from the north and the east, like the Jaffna Combined 11, Mullaitivu Combined 11, Kilinochchi Combined 11, Vaunia and Mana Combined 11, Trinco and Batty Combined 11, and all of them were not wearing proper shoes to play cricket, and each one of them have been given shoes now, brand new shoes to play cricket, and that was the first time. I think 95% of them were wearing a brand new pair of shoes. So you can imagine what this entails. And thanks to Emirates, they have also given us 7 cricket bags. Again, the children from the north are using them for the very first time. Everyone is excited, so I'm sure there will be a lot of activity and excitement. With the staging of this tournament, we've actually got commitments from others joining in to develop at least 3 grounds, like Kumar is spearheading the Udu Sudan ground, and then we have the Kilinochchi and Maankulam also being taken care of as we finish the tournament. I want to thank Sri Lanka Cricket as well. Upali gave his blessing straight away at the request of the ICC, and he's also made a personal contribution. Actually, the shoes were given by Mr. Matiwanan, the Vice President of Sri Lanka Cricket. So I want to thank each and everyone for making this difference. The Murali Cup itself is a tribute to the legendary Murali, who has done so much on and off the field. His work with the Foundation of Goodness, post-tsunami in particular, especially the rebuilding of 1,000 houses, has been exceptional. And it is as a tribute to him that we actually launched the first edition of the Murali Cup along with Red Dot Tours in the south in Sinigama, which was very successful. And now it has gone into another level. So we'll have Murali coming along for the final. And more than that, the community aid aspect of the Murali Cup has been what is so important. So I want to thank everyone again, and all the sponsors once more, ICC, Emirates, Grange Hotels, Red Dot Tours, Sri Lanka Cricket, and Access Group, and everyone else who has supported us hugely in doing something very different, making the lives of those who are rebuilding their lives to regain normalcy very fast. As the saying goes, the beauty of life depends on how happy others are because of us. Thank you very much.
He was absent today. He was supposed to be at the head table. It is not his fault, because he was waiting to come, but he's down south, and we made a decision for him to not call him today because he needs to have a break, recharge his batteries for the World Cup. But he is available for interviews and media questions on prior request through Niresh Eliathambi, who is a tournament media officer for the Murali Harmony Cup. I would like to now introduce Mr. Chandana De Silva, Area Manager for Sri Lanka and the Maldives for Emirates, to address you.
Thank you, Sanjay. I think when I was listening to Sanjay, he made lots of reference to the good things, what they have done in the north, up north. So who carries that message back to the rest of the world? It's you, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm honored to be here, and thank you very much for carrying this excellent message to the rest of the world. I was just traveling, it's so apparent, I was just traveling yesterday from Nuwara back to Colombo, a bit of a misty road, and I thought I'll take the back road, so I was coming down Ulapane. Stopped in Ulapane for a cup of tea, and what do I see? I stopped at the right place because young girls and boys, they were playing cricket, and it was a mixed team. And you could see, I was sitting on a plank and observing these young cricketers. The guy was bowling, he was trying to emulate Murali, yeah. Murali's action very much. The guy who was facing the wicket, or at least Murali was trying to do something like Sanjay. He's trying to take the guard, but just missed the cover drive, and he just gave a nice up ball. And there was a girl, young girl, who came running to the ball, missed the catch. And who was at the back of the wicket? Not the wicket keeper, the first slip, just like Mahela, you know, putting his finger here and thinking, oh no, he missed the catch, or she missed the catch. So see what these great cricketers have done to our nation. I don't have to say much. And it's a great deed, what they're doing in the up north. And as Emirates, our commitment since 1986 to this country and to upbring the communal harmony and to bring all communities together and genders together through this great passion of Lankan cricket is a great thing. Of course, we can talk at the backstage and sitting at the head table, but people like Murali, through his Harmony Cup, people like Sange, and people like Mahela, they have taken that painful step to make it a reality. So we are ever so grateful to these great people. And there again, looking at the fixture, I saw the schools that are going to play these matches, the young girls and boys in the up north. It's a great thing. Emirates also, as you would have known, not only through ICC, our commitment to this Sri Lankan passion, which is called cricket, is really great. And through that, we will support and we will encourage all our people to live peacefully and harmoniously. So, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to take this opportunity to wish all those young boys and girls a great game of cricket. And hopefully, if I get the opportunity, I'll also try and be there to give them that little bit of backing on behalf of Emirates. Our commitment to our passion cricket will always be there. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Chandana. I would like to now invite Mrs. Upeka Nell, the Tournament Director of the ICC World T20 Sri Lanka 2012, to address all of you.
In this country, and a great way for us to start or to create a build-up to the ICC World T20 tournament, which will start on the 18th of September. Just as the ICC World T20 or event of this magnitude has the amazing ability to bring nations together from all parts of the world, we believe that the Murali Harmony Cup will also promote peace, understanding across this wonderful country by bringing young people together, and these young kids are supposed to be and will be the future of this country. We have worked with the Foundation of Goodness to ensure the event mirrors the format of the ICC World T20 by having 12 men's teams as well as 8 women's teams. And we sincerely hope that this will be a memorable experience for those youngsters who are part of this and a great success. As Kumar earlier mentioned, the matches will be staged in 5 different venues in the north and east part of Sri Lanka. And it will positively contribute to the physical and emotional rebuilding of that region. And it is our duty to do that. We are also delighted that the school grounds of Otu Sudan will be upgraded as part of the tournament's legacy. Much credit for the success of this initiative goes to the players from Murali, Kumar, Mahela, and many others. And also the national squad representing Sri Lanka, and they will jointly have they will conduct master classes for these youngsters. And what is even more significant is that towards the latter part of the month, the other nations visiting Sri Lanka to take part in the tournament will train with these kids, which will be a fantastic opportunity and an experience. With the involvement of Sri Lanka cricket in this project, we also believe in its sustainability, as evidenced by the tremendous success of Sinigama, led by Kushil, or the cricket village it's called. And also it was built with the support from the international cricket holders in the aftermath of the tsunami in 2004. And I believe they will be sending a team as well to take part in the Murali Harmony Cup, and I wish them good luck. The International Cricket Council and Sri Lanka Cricket will follow the development with a keen interest in the years to come. We are also grateful to Emirates for their generosity in supporting teams and inviting the leading players from the event to fly to Singapore on a cricket tour in October. And also I will take this opportunity to wish all these 20 teams the very best, and may the best team win.
Sivagananathan, CEO of MAS Intimates, and Nathan himself is no stranger to charity. His work for the cancer hospital was embraced by millions of Sri Lankans, and I was lucky to be a part of that as well. And he's here to present the tournament shirt to Murali. Ladies and gentlemen, we've sat here and we've listened to some great people talk of a lot of good things, and also talk. We are just facilitators. We try and facilitate the responsibility to do just that. We are not trying to change any and all questions from the members of the head table, but please, no SLPL, no ICC World T20. You can have questions.
And what criteria will be used to select the players in this?
RC will distribute, but and the runners up first, and then take one of the teams from every is represented from all corners of Sri Lanka. I think it's Archie, can you put the tier boys and girls in front? So other than Trinity College having won the championship, then Dharma Solkam, then Deborah Mahavidyalaya from Hambantota district.
Oh, Sri Lanka cricket ආයතනයේ උතුරට ගිහිල්ලා පොඩි ළමයි එක්ක වැඩ කරලා ඔවුන්ට අවශ්‍ය ළමයි ඇවිල්ලා කිව්වේ මේගොල්ලන්ට විශේෂ අනුමැතියක් තියෙනවා මේ ක්‍රීඩාවට Bikes for Life campaign එක මෙතියත් කරලා ඒත් එක්කම ICC එකත් එක්ක එකතු වෙලා මේ නමින් අපි මේ මෙහෙවන Murali Harmony Cup එක පෞද්ගලික අනුග්‍රහකයන් රසකින් තවත් ඉස්සරහට ගිහිල්ලා අපි මේ තරගාවලියෙන් පස්සේ මේ මහාංකුල වවුනියා කිලිනොච්චි ජාෆ්නා එවැනි දෙයක් යථා කාලයේදීම සිදුවේ අපිට ඒක කරන්න
especially because we all thought when tsunami happened, Foundation Goodness has done so many work in South. So what we thought is when the peace has come to Sri Lanka, so then we thought go to North as well. So the Foundation Goodness went to North and did smaller projects like giving bicycles, giving school books and so many things at the moment we are doing at the moment. So we thought do more to the people, and we got a land from the Honorable President. When I retired, he gave 50 acres of land to the Foundation of Goodness. So we are working on that land. We are going to put a school, and we're going to make a big facility for cricket and rugby as well, sports, like a sports academy. That was our aim, and we have collected nearly about 50% of the money. Not from Sri Lanka, it's most of the money has come from abroad, because we went, myself and Kushal went to US and England and collected a lot of money at the moment. At the moment, land is being not ready, not given by the government yet. So when it's ready, we will start building a school and the facility. So that, what he asked about, are we going to make an international stadium? But that is not our aim, because at least to give a stadium there, people can play cricket, sport. So in Mankulam, we're going to do that. So even Sangha has helped us to get a ground from Odisuban school, because they spent nearly about 6 to 8 million rupees, and you can get from 6 to 8 million rupees, you can get a decent stadium to get facilities, because to play cricket you need facilities. To people become better, you know, to use. So it is the start only, because this is the start. Because what we're thinking about more and more in future, we have implemented something at the moment, so that means we are doing some work, so we want to do more. So in future definitely it will happen. So this name came because Charlie and Kushil from the Red Dot Tours and Kushil organized the tournament last year to collect funds to North. That's why they named Murali Cup. They asked me, then they said it's a good idea to get some money from the people. So Charlie from the Red Dot Tour, he got a lot of teams from abroad, from UK, and they spent a lot of money, and they gifted a lot of money to the foundation as well. So we used that money to North. So that's why it came now. Suggestion from Mayala and Sangakkara and came through, because we have to do a little bit more, so that we'll take this into another step. So that's what's happened, and they put the name. So my involvement is to from foundation to collect funds most of the times, and we, as cricketers, we have a chance of opportunity of collecting funds from abroad. So we have done at the moment, and we are looking forward to do as together, like, you know, Mayala, myself, Sangha, and future other players as well, get together and trying to bring the North people same facility as the South. Then you will see a lot of cricketers, not even cricketers, even other field as well, people will come through, and we won't go to another war, because people get facilities in those areas, and they got the equal opportunity. So we won't find another difficult stage for Sri Lanka. So I think a lot of people have come forward to this to help. That's basically.
Kumar, there have been a lot of international criticism for Sri Lanka, that saying that after end of the war, 3 years gone, but there is no reconciliation efforts. This is one kind of that. And do you think that we lack reconciliation efforts like this? You know?
Well, as I said before, we're not trying to change the world, we're trying to do our part. And that is, I think, the responsibility of all the citizens, rather than passing the buck and the responsibility to institutions. We ourselves, in our own way, in our little way, in a private capacity, can also do a lot for the country. So I think rather than looking at the outside, or looking at institutions who are, especially the government in Sri Lanka, have done huge amounts of work for all its people, not just the people in the north, but also the people everywhere in Sri Lanka, but especially now to the people in the north. And I think it's time that we ourselves took the responsibility as individuals. Any more questions?
I think if you can, will be identified and selected as the under-19 unity cricket team, and we've already been invited to play 2 matches in Singapore against the Singapore Cricket Club. So they will be travelling on the 13th and 14th, Emirates have been very kind enough and generous to sponsor the entire team travel to Singapore and return. That itself is a great reconciliation project because half North and half South will be equally represented in this team. So that would open many doors for the future.
This interaction, I think it's very important that we also hear from the chairman of Sri Lanka Cricket. Sri Lanka Cricket has always been the facilitator for all our careers, all the children in the entire island. And we would appreciate it if Mr. Upali Dharmadasa would address all of us.
To all of you, Murali, Mahela is not here today, Sangha, Kushel, Chandana and Pekka at the head table, ladies and gentlemen, my friends from the electronic and print media. It's a pleasure on behalf of Sri Lanka Cricket to say a few words about our legend, Muttiah Muralitharan, whom we refer as Murali. Murali knows the hardship what he had gone through in the game of cricket, and he had come forward on his own to go down to the north with the foundation of goodness to assist and help the children in the north, which is a great effort taken on his behalf and helped by Kushel as well as Mahela and Kumar. And I heard a lot of good things about the project, and I myself came forward to assist in my personal capacity as well. Simply, Murali is a person, but in his hardship, at one time he was humiliated in the field playing for Sri Lanka. But he took it in the right spirit, came out of it, and he became a legend where Sri Lanka is concerned. I think we all know what Murali did. And I personally would feel that Murali will produce another Murali from the north. Murali, you have always been a hero where Sri Lanka is concerned, and you will always be. And you have been a gentleman on field as well as off field. You have been our role model, and I hope the kids in this country, especially who play the game of cricket, take him as a role model and do the best where Sri Lanka is concerned in the field of cricket. And I must thank the Sri Lanka Army, as Mr. Sangakkara mentioned, who had played a major role in getting all these facilities ready in the north, and thank Emirates for their assistance, as well as the ICC, who came forward with it just prior to the World T20, which is going to be held this month. With that, wishing you all the best, Murali, in all your endeavors. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Dharmadasa, not just for the association of SLC with this project, but also in your own personal capacity, always being welcoming to not just the Foundation of Goodness, but also to our requests for the Murali Harmony Cup. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the media conference, and all of you are invited for fellowship, but also, sorry, one more thing. I think someone has blocked the video cameras from getting a proper view of the presentation of the shirt, and is now then here.
Yeah. Thank you.